Today we are going to talk about the cons of globalization. So what is globalization? The globalization is increase in interconnection and interdependencies between places, region, area, all around the world. And there are two types of globalization. One was historical globalization and one was contemporary globalization. Historical globalization is normally happening in the past due to conquer and trade. It actually really started in the age of exploration, where Europeans go around the world, colonize places, spread their culture at the same time. We will not use the word force here, which is what they do. And contemporary globalization. Contemporary globalization is modern globalization with the age of internet, information, we are more connected to each other. It really started in 1916s and started by liberal democracy like America. So, factors that encourage contemporary globalization. So today we are mainly focused on contemporary globalization because historical globalization, I have many information already in the past video. So there are 5 factors. The first one, gas for global market associated with capitalism. Second, technology improves. Third, reducing business costs. Fourth, increasing flow of financial capitalism. And last one, which support all of them, policy. So gas for global market associated with capitalism. Well, if you want to go around the world, you at least need to have some people who are willing to accept the stuff, the culture, the goods. And technology advancement. Well, nowadays with internet, we can connect with people far away from distances. It actually made us more connected. And also, since if you want to do business around the world, you probably need some way to get to that place fast enough if you run into trouble. And also set up order. Like, for example, some place get into trouble to set some order, make quick decision. You don't have technology to do that. That will probably become a problem. And transportation also need technology. Reducing business costs, especially transportation. Actually, mostly the stuff transport around the world by trade, culture. When you trade with some people, you probably will have your culture, your information, your knowledge, transport. And reduce business costs, make people want to do business because they can get more benefit. If you're going to lose more money than the money you earn, you'll probably not do this system. So reducing business costs. And increase in flow of financial capital. Financial capital is company operations start paying people with their stock, fund, asset, such of things. And since we don't need to pay with real money, and if you get my fund and asset, you are linked directly to my company. If my company increase, you get money. If our company decrease, you lose money. So probably it actually connect people to the business more, and people can pay other more easily. It was not real money, it was just a fund. And people can earn like data money. It was not real money, but you can use it. And so policy, which is something that support all of them. For example, if your government do not really like globalization and they have control on the internet, we will not mention the place I'm talking about, but it will be really hard to access some information and get more connected to some people. And also WTO, which is a world organization that countries will join in and trade with each other, which means when you are trading, you can have less tax on the stuff, which increase people to trade around the world. And use up of finite resources. Well, since we talk about contemporary globalization and we are talking about their cons, then one of the cons is it uses up finite resources and cause excess pollution that human can handle. So developed country kind of want to get their product from developing countries because it was much cheaper. The people do not cost that much money for employee. So developing country is using their resources to produce goods wanted for developed country. and wealthier country. So they are not really using their resources to do the things they want, and they are using more resources in order to satisfy the desire and the consumption around the world. So it seems like they are using more resources. And according to data table that I found in one of my sources, the carbon level increase and the oil price increase since more people are using it, but those are not directly linked. One thing that direct link is pollution. Globalization increased trade density, and a 10% increase in trade density lead to approximately a 4% to 9% reduce in sulfur dioxide concentration. Furthermore, increase in connect between places also increase transportation between them. People travel around the world more often than ever, as well as complementary create more opportunity for goods to travel around the world. Transportation need energy, and due to energy source people are using is creating pollution. For instance, global CO2 emission for marine shipping almost tripled between 1925 to 2002. Environmental protection is a big topic for modern people, since finding other planets where humans can survive is tiny. Humans should try their best to protect the environment around them. Therefore, globalization brings a negative impact to mankind. For increasing world carbon emission, with globalization, people can use stuff from all around the world, which cause a huge amount of transportation and increase the use of energy. For example, produce can log 1,500 to 2,500 miles from farm to fridge, estimated by Organic Consumer Association. One of the main forces that increase greenhouse gas, which lead to global warming, is globalization. It makes daily survival of humans consume more energy than ever before and emit an enormous amount of greenhouse gas. Unfortunately, that's not the worst. As this happens, globalization transfers jobs from one country to another. Many people think globalization creates jobs, but actually, due to the world labor need, it's a constant increase in job opportunity in one place means they reduce in other. Since not all countries have the same developmental level, some places have people more willing to do labor than others. Multinational corporations will take these interventional opportunities and employ people from places where the cost is cheaper than their own country. This causes transfer job opportunities and investment to other countries. For instance, a study looked at how local labor market change in the parts of the country more exposed to China, where labor is cheaper. This result shows more explicitly to increase unemployment, lower labor force participation, and reducing wage. Moreover, people need a job to earn money for survival. If there are no available job opportunity in their country, they need to migrate away from their homeland. This disturbs the family and social fabric of their home country. Also, since they send money back to their family, it reduces the benefit their employee have in the country. The third negative impact was on culture. Well, homogenization. So what is homogenization? It was globalization making cultural trade converge and become more alike, which caused placelessness, which is the second one, loss of unique characteristics of different places, and increased standardization of place and cultural landscape. For example, Americanization. Australia, like this picture, it was nothing different than America. So, is that weird? Well, that's Americanization influenced American culture, which is now one of the most economic country. So, its culture spread around the world and influenced people, which come out with the truth. Some people tell me Americans do not have a culture. Do not believe that. Okay, and also Golbalization, which is a force that people use to against homogenization. It was increased, heightened sense of people feeling about their culture, which caused fragment between people, social disorder, and conflict between people because they think their culture are taken away. One of the most intense example will be terrorism. Terrorism, they always hurt people with some excuse, and one of the excuse is their culture has been taken. Overall, politicians have exaggerated the pros of globalization, and economists give too much promise to it. In reality, the cons of it are way more than the pros of it. Contemporary globalization involves nearly all the world, and it affects various range of disciplines, including economy and politics. Within, many things can spread fast and influence many people within a second. For example, violence and drug abuse. Consequently, people need to use their knowledge to understand this powerful tool instead of only listen to politicians. This is my work cited. The end. Thank you.